welcome to another video. Today I'm doing another Get the Look for Less, and this time I'm concentrating on Dolce & Gabbana. As you guys probably know, I absolutely love the D&G aesthetic, and if I am featuring a Net-a-Porter or Moda Operandi or Farfetch kind of video, then there's usually at least one, probably two pieces of D&G have snuck in there. So I thought I would concentrate on their current spring summer collection, I believe it is, and go through and show you some of the things that I've picked that I think I can use sewing patterns to recreate something similar to give me the Dolce & Gabbana look without the price tag. I am recording my screen, so I will be looking down here every now and again to show you the things that I'm looking at, and let's get started. One of the things I love about Dolce & Gabbana is the fabrics that they pick, and you can get hold of Dolce & Gabbana fabric. Sometimes it's a lot more expensive than others. The parrot print panels, for example, I got those for £20 per panel. You can find them on Etsy now for around about £60 per panel. So I think I did pretty well out of that. The overall theme for most Dolce & Gabbana dresses and fabrics that they use is kind of like over the top. More is more. The florals are giant florals, the animal motifs are giant animal motifs, or they do the patchwork thing which is going on at the moment, which I absolutely love as well. A big part of making something look Dolce & Gabbana will be the fabric that you pick for it, and actually once you've got past the fabric, the style lines of the dresses, tops, jackets, vests, trousers and things that I'm going to show you are very simple. Combination of the right kind of fabric and the right pattern, and you should be able to end up with something very designer-esque. I'm going to say that a lot. So this is the kind of landing page of the women's selection on Dolce & Gabbana at the moment, and I have picked out some specific things, and the first one is actually a knitted piece. This is the Lurex lace stitch sweater, which is £675 in the colour Azure. It's really pretty, and I think these kind of lightweight jumpers are great for wearing at this sort of spring summertime, especially in the UK. Maybe not if you were living in the tropics, but where I currently live, this is something that I would definitely want in my wardrobe for the next coming months. So it's 14 gauge knit, round neck, short sleeves, slim fit, fine rib trims. They give you the measurements, and then they tell you how tall the model is and what size she's wearing, and it's made in Italy. It's 77% viscose, 23% metallic polymer. Oh! Get complimentary basic alterations on full priced items within 90 days of purchase. That's nice. It doesn't say anything about how you're going to clean it though. I would imagine it's probably dry clean. So I saw this and I really liked it. It's a jumper that hits at the waist and cinches you in at the waist. I thought the knit pattern on it was really interesting, and it reminded me of something that I have seen in one of the Kim Hargreaves books that I have bought for mum recently. I love Kim Hargreaves knitting patterns. I'm wearing one currently. The pattern that I've picked to mimic this Dolce & Gabbana is the Gasp jumper, which is in the Haze book. So the only thing with Kim Hargreaves is that you have to buy the book if you want a particular pattern. They don't sell them separately, but the books are around between sort of like £12 to £18, and you get quite a few patterns in there. I think you can see what I was going for with this knit here. I don't think this is actually one of the books that I own. I have something very similar earmarked for mum to make at some point when she gets around to it, but you can see that the Dolce & Gabbana jumper and this Kim Hargreaves one is very similar. It's not exactly the same. I mean, I'm not a knitter. If you were a proficient knitter, I'm sure you could do something exactly the same as the D&G one, but I really like this. I think this looks really nice. I probably would want it long sleeved just because I'm weird and I like all my knits long sleeved. I think it's gorgeous. Would totally put this on my please may I have it mum pile. May even need to get the Haze book because I know I haven't got that one. We checked more recently, but yeah, I thought it was a really good dupe for the Dolce & Gabbana and will definitely save you £675 if you knit it yourself. If you try and get somebody else to knit it for you, it may cost you that much because knitting is a lengthy process, and if you're paying somebody fairly for an hourly rate, it could get up to the £675 for sure. I'm very glad that mum does not charge me. So the next thing that I found on the Dolce & Gabbana site that really stood out to me were these wide leg jeans. And they were £575, but they've been reduced by 40% to £345. These are a pair of jeans that I would love to own. I really like the shape. I don't like the length of these jeans on the model. I think that they should either have been worn with heels or been shortened, because I don't like the way that the big the legs are kind of gathering and bagging over the shoes. But I love wide leg jeans. I love wide leg trousers. I had a couple of pairs of wide leg jeans and I loved them, but they were a size 6, so they definitely don't fit me anymore. I don't wear my skinny jeans because I don't feel comfortable in them, but I think that if I had a pair like this that fit at my waist and flowed over my hips and went down from there, I actually think they'd really suit me. So I have got a couple of patterns in mind. I have got some denim on my birthday wish list. The pattern that I've picked is the Vogue 9361. Now, it's not exactly the same. It has a very different fly front with those 2 buttons. I kind of like that. It has lots of different pocket options, which I like as well. If I make this out of denim and then use like gold top stitching thread to highlight these seams, I can make them look very jean-like with those added details. But it has the kind of fit that I like on these, because they have the darts at the back. It's got the split waistband, which will hopefully make fitting that waistband and getting it flush against my back easier. I like that they have the 2 lengths as well. There is the fly front, as I say, the 2 different pocket options. You can either have the little flaps or the patch pockets sewn on, or just inseam pockets. Probably would go for the sewn on patch pockets, but I just thought these were kind of a great starting point. To me, this line drawing looks very much like this first pair that I've shown you here. There are jean patterns out on the market that will do this as well. The Dawn jeans and the Ash jeans from Megan Nielsen, I believe, have like the wide leg options. There are others from the Big Four as well. I just really liked this Vogue pattern, and I can see making it in denim, and I can see making it in other different types of fabrics as well. So the 9361, to make myself a pair of wide leg jeans in the Dolce & Gabbana style. And that's something is really high up on my list, and as I say, I've got the denim on my birthday wish list. Fingers crossed I get it, and fingers crossed I can make these work. Next up is the single-breasted Houndstooth jacket, which again is in the 40% off sale. It was £2,350 and it's been reduced to £1,410. This one is really beautiful. It's got peak lapels, long sleeves, pocket with small flap, slit up the back center, lined in leopard print stretch satin, and closure with horn buttons and logoed bottom. With a logoed bottom. Again, it tells you how big the model is and what size she's wearing. It's made from 70% wool, 20% alpaca and 10% polyamide, and the lining is a polyester elastane blend. Nice. So again, there are loads of coats on the market that look like this. I have gone for the By Hand London Rumana coat. This is not, again, exactly the same, but I think that if you made this coat and tailored it, it would look very similar to this beautiful Dolce & Gabbana one. The pockets are slightly different. The pockets on the Rumana are kind of slip-in pockets without the flap over the top, but you could draft your own flap to put that on, and they're in the same sort of position as the Dolce & Gabbana coat. I think this is beautiful. I think this is absolutely beautiful. I have traced out the Rumana coat. I need to make some alterations to it. No, in fact, I've done that as well, because I usually have to lengthen the bodice on By Hand London patterns. I have done that. I now just need to cut it out of calico and toilette. Trouble is, I traced that pattern out 2 years ago, and I think I've put on a fair amount of weight that would affect the tracing, so I'm probably going to have to do it all over again, which does not fill me with joy because it took a long time. I already have the fabric and the lining to make this coat. My fabric is like a blue tapestry kind of look, and it's going to be beautiful. I'm really excited about making it, but like I say, one of the things putting me off is actually having to retrace the pattern, because that's just tedious. I've picked the By Hand London Rumana coat, but I think there are many different patterns out there that will work. For me, when I saw the Dolce & Gabbana jacket, they've called it, but coat, I immediately thought, that looks like the Rumana, definitely. Gonna need to make that soon. This autumn winter, I need to do that. Now, there are many fancy pajamas out there on the market, and I always see them and I think, oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. These are the rose print pajama set with matching face mask, and they are £1,100 in this absolutely gorgeous rose print. And what is this fabric? Let's have a look. 100% cotton fabric, regular fit, long sleeves, contrasting silk piping, mother of pearl button fastening on the front. I think these are absolutely stunning. I would not pay £1,100 for a pair of pajamas. I mean, I don't make myself pajamas because as beautiful as they are and as much as I want to wear them, I don't wear them to sleep in. I don't find woven pajamas comfortable to sleep in, so I just don't wear them. I do have a few occasions every year where it is appropriate to be in my pajamas around other people, but that usually happens on Christmas, and we haven't had that kind of occasion recently because of everything that's going on, so I haven't made myself any fancy pajamas, but I want to. And I'm sure you can all guess the pattern I've picked is the Closet Core Patterns Carolyn pajamas. I have made these, my best friend has that set. If you've got fancy fabric, and there is some absolutely beautiful fabric that Stitch Fabrics have on sale. It's a brushed cotton. The minute it came up I was like, I need that, and then I was like, oh, I need it to make pajamas with, and I wouldn't, because it was too beautiful a fabric to make pajamas with that I wouldn't then wear, but then I wouldn't know what to make with. So it's like one of those ones where it's like, I want it, it would be perfect, it looks so good. But yeah, it certainly wouldn't cost me £1,100. That's a hefty amount of money for cotton pajamas. But they, oh, look how beautiful. Look how beautiful. Okay, so next up we have a couple of Dolce & Gabbana blouses. This one is muslin lace blouse and it's £1,200, and this one is poplin blouse with lace intarsia and it's £1,550. I can understand why this one's more expensive, because the lace work on this one it's not straight lines, it's much more intricate and curved, and the cutouts are a lot on this one, but it is so pretty. Very Edwardian, if not Victorian. It's 85% cotton, 10% polyamide and 5% polyester. I'm guessing that's maybe some of the laces got the polyester content in it. High neck with scallop detailing, long sleeves with cuff and lace detailing, drawstring waist, regular fit, small press stud fastenings on the back, and again model's height and the size that she is wearing. So you can see the insertion on this is much simpler because it is all straight lines. Nearly all straight lines. Some of these are curved there. This one is 76% cotton, 18% polyamide and 6% viscose. Round neck with scallop detailing, long sleeves with cuffs and lace detailing, regular fit, rear zipper and hook and eye fastenings. These are both very beautiful. They immediately made me think, let's see if it's still there. Yes, so they immediately made me think of the black snail Edwardian blouse pattern. The beauty of this is that you can have a lot of fun with the different insertions that you put into this. It doesn't necessarily have to be just one or the other. So you've got pin tucks on the yoke here, you've got lace on the yoke at the bottom. There is also the folkwear patterns, the Gibson Girl blouse, which again has a lot of different insertion details, and I believe the pattern comes with the instructions of how to do that. Both of these patterns, the folkwear and the black snail patterns, have the overall look of the Dolce & Gabbana blouses. If you bought the right cotton and insertion laces, I think you could make something very designer-esque for a fraction of the price, because £1,500, was that right? Yeah, £1,500 for a cotton blouse. I mean, I know the amount of work that goes into these things. I know insertion lace is not a walk in the park, it's not the easiest thing to do, but wow. Either the black snail Edwardian blouse or the folkwear patterns Gibson Girl blouse, and everything I'm mentioning will of course be linked in the description box down below. Next up we have some wide leg pants in tweed, and again they're 40% off, so they are, instead of being £745, they're £447. I mean, these are gorgeous, and I love this look. I love these boots with it, with that belt. I think that is just absolutely gorgeous. I wouldn't wear it with a long jacket like this over the top. I would want a cropped jacket so that my waist would be shown off, because as you guys know, that is a preference of mine. This is made from 43% wool, 40% alpaca and 17% polyamide. It does come, oh, this isn't full price, so you won't get the free alterations, basic alterations, unfortunately. But it's a high Dolce waist, French seam pockets on the front, welt pockets on the back, gives you the internal leg and bottom leg measurements unlined. I would probably line mine in this material. Closed with a zip and horn button with the logo on the bottom. I think these are gorgeous. I think these are absolutely gorgeous. Obviously not for the coming months that we're currently, you know, in this northern hemisphere, we're coming into spring and summer. Not for now, for autumn. I think they're beautiful. I think this was obviously last autumn winter's selections, that's why they're reduced. But the patterns I have picked are the McCall's 7962. I really like these. They're not exactly the same. There are pleats on the front and a V yoke on the back, but I really like these. I think they're very cute, and they would give you a very similar look to the Dolce & Gabbana ones. Or we've got Vogue 1772, which again, not exactly the same. There's a lot of pleating in there. I mean, to be fair, the one that I picked earlier, the Vogue 9361, would also work for these culottes. I think that's another reason that I really like this Vogue pattern, is that it would work for multiple full offerings and different fabric. Yeah, either the McCall's 7962, just this overall picture here really kind of, I get that this isn't a very lightweight cotton spring fabric, but it kind of gave me the same sort of vibes as the culottes. And obviously if this was made in a wool with some boots on, it would look very similar. Or the Vogue 1772, and again, slightly fuller, but for me that's not a problem. I do like my trousers quite full. I feel like it kind of is flattering to my shape and my legs. I prefer wide leg trousers with more fabric in them because I think it just looks better on me, but that's just my two penneth. But yeah, I think both of these could work really well in a beautiful fabric to give you something similar to these wide-legged trousers in tweed. I mean, £447 is actually not a bad price. Are there, oh yeah, there's still quite a lot in stock as well. So I mean, if you feel like treating yourself, that's not a bad price, but I'm gonna try and make mine. And then the final things I have to show you is actually a kind of three-piece suit, or it's three pieces that would make up a suit. So the first part is the Shantung Spencer blazer, and it's £1,750. This is just beautiful. I think it's absolutely stunning. Not crazy print, which is, you know, actually there hasn't really been a crazy print in all of this, has there? Well, I don't know, the roses are pretty big and floral. The external fabric is 100% silk. The internal is 92% silk and 8% spandex. It's got a shawl neck, long sleeves, stretched silk satin lining, covered button fastenings, and again got the measurements. And this one, if you bought it full price, you can have it tailored, basically. Basic alterations. But I think this is stunning. I don't have the figure that this model has, so I don't know if this would suit me, but I do think this is absolutely stunning. I have picked the Bellatrix blazer from Paper Cut Patterns, and it's variation 2 with the kind of little V and the shorter peplum on it. Again, it's not exactly the same. This one doesn't have the waistline that the Bellatrix has, but I think I prefer the waistline on it. I do have the Bellatrix pattern, so I need to make that. It was similar enough that I think I could get something very Dolce & Gabbana-esque. Probably not in pale pink. If I was going to make this in a silk shantung, I would go for a Kingfisher blue. I think that would just be absolutely beautiful, or an emerald green. I think it would be absolutely beautiful. I don't have the need for a silk suit, and I mean, depending on how the trousers looked on me, and I'll show you the pattern I picked for those in a second, I may want to wear that out for an evening out, but I tend to prefer really flouncy dresses for my evenings out, so I'm not sure whether I'd ever wear this, but I kind of just want to make myself a silk suit to say that I've done it, because look how beautiful. But £1,750 is a lot of money, and yes, silk is expensive, yes, my time is expensive, but it's not going to cost me that much to make myself one of these. So the next up is the Shantung pants, which are £675. They are 100% silk, high-waisted, slant front pockets, back welt pockets, gives you the inner leg measurement and the hem. This zip and covered button fastening. You can see them with the jacket there, or the trousers themselves here. Again, they're just so beautiful. They are really beautiful. It looks like they've been hand stitched, along the top stitching here has been done by hand. I mean, it's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. It's £675. That is a lot of money. I like the little cuffs. I like where they finish on her. I like the idea of showing off my shoes. If this kind of trouser, I think I would want it like that. I think they're called carrot leg. My battery's dying, 2 secs. There we go, I'm back. Hopefully I haven't changed the angle too much. Yes, I think this leg type is called carrot leg, but I could pegged. I'm probably completely wrong, But I saw this entire suit and I thought, I know the patterns that I could get to make this. So the pattern that immediately sprang to mind is the Nita trousers by Amy Nicole. So it has the welt pockets at the back, it has the slant pockets at the front, it has a very similar leg shape, and it has the turn back cuff. There we go. So yeah, it has a very similar shape overall to the Dolce & Gabbana trousers, and you know, luckily she's also made them in a very similar kind of salmony colour, like the pale pink one. This pattern company drafts for a figure that is 5'3", I believe, so there will be a lot of altering that I need to do to get these to fit me the way that I want them to, because the crotch depth and the length on them is just not going to be right for me because I'm 5'8", so I will have some altering to do to these. But the minute I saw them when they came out, I bought this pattern because I just absolutely loved it. I love this sort of shape of trousers. I have no idea what it's going to look like on me. It could be terrible, it could be amazing. I am willing to make a muslin and give it a go and see what it comes out like. And again, oh, can you imagine in a kingfisher blue silk with that jacket? I just think that would just be so beautiful. And I have some beautiful shoes that would go with it, or emerald green. I'm talking myself into it. I'm obviously going to make muslins to make sure that actually this shape fits me before I start cutting into expensive silk. But yeah, I thought the Nita trousers were a really good dupe for the Shanting pants by Dolce & Gabbana, and will definitely save you £675. Then the final piece is the 5-button silk vest, which is £575. Can tell why I like this one. The styling on this with the that shirt underneath it was really good. See, I don't love this shaped jeans on her. If that was with those wide leg jeans from earlier and some fantastic heels, I would wear that outfit. It's 97% silk and 3% spandex. 5-button silk vest, welt pockets on the front, contrasting fabric on the back with adjustable strap. There is the adjustable strap, I do not see it. Usually waistcoats do have those little adjustable straps ones. It's got the little welt pockets, it's got the self-covered buttons, it's got darting in there to shape it to you. And again, there's no little strap on the back here, but I think it's beautiful. So there are lots of waistcoat patterns out on the market. When I was looking, came across Simplicity 4079, which is a pattern that I want to buy. It was View B that I think particularly would work for, I mean A as well. What's the difference between, oh, A's got slightly more pointy points at the bottom. What's the D and G? Yeah, pointy points, slightly more pointy points on A than B, so yeah, A. Now obviously this has got princess seams in it, it hasn't got the darting in it, but I find that princess seams give you the opportunity to fit slightly better anyway, especially with a bigger bust, which is something that you would need to consider if you're going to make yourself a waistcoat. The Simplicity 4079, when I was looking at the different waistcoat patterns that came up when I searched waistcoat patterns, this was the one that I thought adding this into that 3-piece suit would be really good. Oh, I wonder if I could make a skirt to go with it and make it a 4-piece suit. Oh, it would just be so pretty. I really want to do it. I really want to do it. Kingfisher blue. It's gonna be very expensive and very time consuming to do, but oh my gosh, it's gonna look awesome at the end. But yes, the Simplicity 4079 View A particularly for a dupe for the 5-button silk vest from Dolce & Gabbana. Yeah, this particular styling here. She has fabulous shoes on, fabulous shirt, so just if she had wide leg, those dark denim wide leg jeans from the beginning, that with this, I'd wear that. I would totally wear that. And that's another thing with the trousers. If I had a shirt like that and the trousers and fabulous shoes, that would look really cool. So I just love the idea of making myself a 3-piece suit like that. The very lovely Daisy May sent me one of a McCall's pattern for, I think it was a 4-piece suit actually. I totally am going to make that. I have bought myself some black wool suiting because I just thought, you know, if I had all those pieces in black, I could wear them all together and then they'd be really interchangeable in my wardrobe. I have a full intention to make a sensible suit just because I want to. I want the challenge of tailoring a jacket and tailoring a waistcoat to fit me well, trying to get trousers to fit me well. I want that challenge, but the idea of then making it in a beautiful bright jewel coloured silk, just, oh, can you tell I'm getting overexcited about this? I want to do the thing. maybe at some point in my future this will happen, but it was a lot of fun looking through the Dolce & Gabbana site. They are very beautiful but if you look at them, there's lots of very simple designs on there that once you've looked at the style lines, if you really think about it, if you found a fabric that you liked, or if you found a fabric that looked like something that D&G would pick, you can very easily make yourself something that looks very Dolce & Gabbana-esque for a fraction of the price, and obviously will fit you the way you want it to, because you're the one fitting it to yourself. So yes. Anyway, that was my Dolce & Gabbana Get the Look for Less video. I could easily have picked out hundreds of dresses, hundreds of dresses to show you, but as I say, I've done those in previous videos. I wanted to pick a few more different silhouettes and tailored things to show you, and show you some of the patterns that I'd found for them. So let me know in the comment section down below which is your favourite and how you think I did with my pattern picks. If you have any suggestions, I always like hearing them, and I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye!